Hey everybody, there we go, screen's on now. Welcome back. So, we're just gonna make sure I've got that working, yeah. So, last time we were setting up some automation stuff, getting things going. Definitely like that, I've got Glue Clam on demand now. But, we need to sort out a few things. First, I need to protect my vehicles a little. Last time we had a raid wasn't the best, because obviously they could attack. So I want to put these vehicles safer. Secondly, I don't know, I might want to upgrade this a little more, but it seems to do the trick. I do want to weld that together, so maybe first things first, let's just do... I've only got one metal apparently. And no scrap. What is this? One metal, no scrap. We'll take these instead. These will do the trick. We just want to put those there. And then have this on the left and go one to the other. And what that should do, yeah, it just gives it a bit more support on the up and down. Right, in that case then, if we've got no metal, that is what we need. We need metal. I've still got food on me, so we don't have to worry too much there. Why can I not reverse? I can go forwards, but I can't reverse. There we go, that's better. So, today it's just going to be watching robots fall out of the sky, apparently. Interesting thing. Well, we can always use parts. What have we got? 3 component kits, 3 corn, and he must have fell from that island up there. This is what we need. You see, this is why we need some type of flying thing. But the flying thing will come much later. Anyway, for now, we're just going to take it slow, relax, and just gather some stone and metal that I need. The harvester does feel a bit slower, so definitely need to upgrade its engine. Cool, we got a head. We can use the head for component kits. And it's actually a perfect angle that I've come in at. Let's see about... Oh, that's not good. Get away from the vehicle. There we go. Well, that's not good. No one else want to try and take a hit? Didn't do any damage, did he? Doesn't look like it. Good. It's a miracle I remember to turn off the actual thruster. Otherwise could have been just shooting forwards constantly. This definitely needs an upgraded engine for what we're doing with this. Preferably 2 engines, so I can get rid of this scrap engine. I think I said this before, but I wouldn't mind being able to take on a farm bot to try and get its drill. Now the drill was added in for the mod as an item you need, but you can you can use it in a couple of ways. You can use it like with what we're doing here, and it will do the same thing. It will cut trees and stone, but it just gives you like that little distance between what we're using. So like here, we've only got the 1 block distance with these ones, but with a farm bot stream, we'd have a bit more. But then I could also use it as a piece for an automated miner. The only downside with that would be it triggers rates, that one. And honestly, I don't think it should. But okay, we've got 15 gas left. I think I'm going to turn around and head back. Especially as we're not going as fast as I would like. I may actually have to trigger some raids just to have the tote bots attack me. Because I'm having to use the thruster here to get any speed up. And I don't want that because that's going to drain the tank really quick. Okay, see a tote bot over here. And again, I want to take out tote bots. Because if I can get heads to drop. Nope. Yeah, if I can get their heads to drop, then we get more component kits that way. Crash into a tree. Okay. Ah, that can fall from that, that's fine. Okay, so let's go and actually let's put stuff away, because if I'm carrying it, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to be in my way, so to speak. That can't go there, or it can go there, but I want it in there. Stone, stone. Okay, yep, the stone's coming in from down there, I forgot. We'll just let it do its thing for the moment. Now, let's go plant some stuff. Currently, the easiest thing for us to plant is just what I've got, basically. Plant enough to keep making burgers. Are they watered? They look watered. They look watered, don't they? No, they're not watered. Why do they look so brown then? Yeah. Unauthorized farming. How long? Oh, Jesus Christ, you don't give me much time, do you? I've got like 40 seconds until they come barreling at me. Right, that will have to do. 17, turn that on, and we're just going to keep an eye out now. It should only be like a couple of things. But, okay. 1, 2, 3. None are going inside, are they? No. Fine, cool. We can take it slow. The farm, well, if they're coming at me like this, it's not so bad. But the farm can defend itself for a moment. Let's just make sure none are hiding around corners. No, we look relatively good. Now, while I know we're going to have to make big farms eventually, ideally I don't want to go over... Ideally I don't want to go past like level 5 or something, because then I can have a good balance between hay bots, tote bots, maybe the odd tape bot. Speaking bots, something's happened around here again. There must be an island above. Sorry, I have to look away for a second there. Walked away for a second, get scrap in return. Wonderful. Carol, will you get your head out of my crafting machine? Go on. Give me your meat. Meat. Right. More stuff to put away. Seems we do have a lot of stone now, though, so that's good. Okay, so let's have a look. What I wanted to make last time was a parking space. Just something where I could put my sort of creations on it and then not have to worry. For it, we need 100 metal 2. Yeah, metal 2. So, make what we can metal 1 wise. And then metal 2. We have 20 of it already. We're just short by the looks of it. But we'll just throw a few hundred things into the crafting queue and let it run. Okay, let's have a look. How are we doing? We are literally 1 metal 2 block away from being able to do it. We need oil, metal block 1. Am I really out of oil again? I am. I think we're gonna have to go on an adventure. And I've got like 20 minutes to do it. Okay then. Adventure time. Get out of the way, cow. Give me your meat. So, we need to... Oh, hang on. Just realised I've left the thruster on the harvester. And that's what we kind of want for this vehicle. Gimme. Two. Thruster, tank. Go! So, I am now hoping that I can get to the oil and back in the 20 minutes it allows. I mean, I'm positive it's possible. It's if I can remember how to get there. Now, I think the best way was to go past the traders area and then sort of turn straight. Honestly, I have no idea anymore. I know oil is in this direction. I know that I'm running over things and getting flipped by them. Which is not ideal. Hello there, Link. Welcome to my little moment of chaos. You are not on my time schedule. Leave me alone. I haven't got time for you. Got time for your parts, though. Right, and I've got time to open a chest. Okay, put this back on the ground. Fill it with all the random assortment of stuff. Keep that one there for thingy. I've got the beacon on me, so we can place the beacon down at the oil once I get there. And then we'll always know where it is then in future. Instead of getting lost like I do. What's this? What's this? Do my eyes deceive me? No, it is. It's a camp. Which means there is, yes. Is there more than just one? Or... well, we'll take your loot. Component kits, fries, wonderful. We have a trapped farmer. Just the one. Let's have a look at the map. Whereabouts is he on the map? It is... trying to get a view of everything now. Okay, trader's here. So he's just north of the trader past the ruins. We will have to remember that. We will definitely have to remember that, because I have no way of getting him back at the moment. And we're going to need him for stuff. For now, first urgency is I need oil. Just realised I put the thruster on there, but I didn't actually adjust its power. Oh, there's a farm bot right there. I know I said I wanted to face one, but I can't currently. It's like, as of this moment, we don't actually have the means to fight a farm bot, because it's actually immune to sledgehammer. And that's all I've got, is sledgehammer. So I need to be careful. I feel like I've taken wrong turn, but also feel like I'm going the right way. I see road. Now that, I think, is where we want it to be. Yes, I think this is the right way. Yes, I see the mechanic station at the top. And that was the point before. God, I use up so much oil. Fly! Actually, don't fly. I'll probably never get it back. Ah! There we go. All part of the plan. So it should just be past this ridge. Well, that worked as intended. Let's quickly turn that up. Let's take out this straw dog I see over here. Because if it drops component kits, great. What'd you give me? A couple of batteries and some scrap. You know, I'll take it. That's actually... The batteries would be decent for... the clam tank. Here we go. So, I made this last time just for the purpose of putting it here, because now we will always know where the oil is. Buttons, buttons, all the buttons. And there we go, once again filled up. Let's get it back on the vehicle, let's get back to base. And like I was going to say, I can't remember where base was. Turn on the waypoint for it and I'll be happy. So base is that direction. So let's see how I do going in just like a straight line. Apparently not that good. Oh, don't face backwards, I need you to face the other way. There's another straw dog. I'm not as cowardly as I was now. I'm getting the hang of this. Taking out bots is needed. There's a hay bot, another straw bot. We'll avoid those ones just for the sake of I need to get up this hill. And I'm not seeing our smooth path up. We just sort of go directly towards the warehouse. I don't really want to go directly towards the warehouse. Chest. Banana. Just banana? Just banana. It's just a banana. Keeping eyes peeled for any farm bots. Because again, I'm not prepared for them in the slightest. See a tape bot over there. I'm not even prepared for that. Oh, there's a bee bot though. The bee bot I am prepared for. Although no thruster. It must be quite a rare drop to get a thruster from them. So the amount of bee-bots I've attacked and destroyed in my numerous worlds, I've only ever got 2. One in this world, and one in the Friends. Would love to see what like the drop tables are for stuff on the new bots in this mod. Just go straight for a drop. Okay. I'm not going back up that way. I don't know why I turned the lights on there. It's not like that's going to help me against the tree. It's like, haha, face my power of light. Right. I see Totebot, Straw Dog, and I see a Haybot. Yeah, come on. Also, I'm not sure why these things are just actively aggressive, but they are very aggressive. So they take one look at you and that's it, they're done. I think I'm going to be safer if I'm on the road. Not sure why I feel like that, but I just feel that might be the case with me and my breakdancing cart. Right, you gonna... Oh my god! He's gone for the walk. He's gone for the walk. No, he's gone for my vehicle. No, he has gone for the walk. Okay, he's going for the walk. Get the car, let's go. Get the car, let's go. Get in the car, go. Just literally gone. Just try to remember never to come back this way again. Right. I think I made a clean getaway. I'll take out his little guy here. Ooh, head. Okay. Again. I want to take out a farm bot, but I'm not prepared right now. See another B-bot though. I feel like I'm going maybe the complete wrong way. Ooh. Put me down! I'm trying to have a fair fight and he picks me up. I'm trying to have a fair fight and one of them brings an explosion towards them. What the hell? Once again, just no thrusters. So here's a reasonable amount of scrap that I'll get. So we can use that. And obviously every time we take out our bot or something, we get some XP. So, oh no, it's actually not a bad gathering of items. Took out a tree, didn't he? You know what? I'm not gonna waste stuff. We'll take a moment just to gather. So, and you know what? That was actually a good idea, because we are actually now level 20, and that now means we have 100 points in loot. We will always get double loot now from stuff, which I think is going to be good. So if it drops a component kit, we're going to get 2. Drops a circuit board, going to get 2. Same for the chests. With any luck, we get 2 from every single chest. So when we do get to explore those sky islands, looking in those chests is going to be great. Oh, apparently I'm thirsty, so we're fixed our first world burger. Let's go. And now that I've actually adjusted the thruster, I can definitely feel it's putting a bit more force behind us. My God, which road did I take? It's like I know I'm trying to get back to the base, but at the same time, I don't want to pass up just taking out a few bots. Especially tote bots, like rare drop. Can get which road is it? Failing that, which path do I take? I'm here, and it is directly south. So I want to take the road. Yeah, if I take the road, it'll lead me straight back to where I need to be. So I need to go that way. Also, I must admit, I know I'm not good at building stuff, but this little vehicle has actually done pretty well now. Right, I see the packing station sign over the thing there, so we're actually close to that. Another tote bot. We're back on the road to home. With the exception of hills and some turns at high speed. Yeah, yeah. Some hills are a bit too much for it, but that is why we have the thruster on the back, just to give it that little boost. And I'm making it just in time for the raid. Hop out the vehicle, turn that on, get defended. Turn around, come face to face with a raid. Lovely. Right, and is he stuck on? Go on, little guy, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on, you can do it. That's it. Forwards. No, forwards. Oh, little guy. I'll put him out of his misery. There we go. He tried. He tried his best. And speaking of best, we have crops. A full harvest of crops. Look at it. It's marvellous. And then to instantly put them into making burgers. It's like we do need to start producing more so I can get them to the trader. But before I do that, I want to get the automated farm boxes. Let's quickly replant while I'm here. Might as well. The aim for today is literally just, well, it's just work on stuff in the base. There's no actual rhyme or reason to it. I need to get stuff set up so I can be a bit more comfortable to do things. And if that means staying here, well, take advantage of it, ain't it? Do more things than you want. If we do this, we've got food growing. We can make food with it. There we go. And now, let's pull this into the inside. Okay. So, take all the loot we had. Take the chest back. There we go. Plop the filter back on there so we've got it running. And we've actually come back with a fair few bits of circuit board. So, that's actually neat. Thought I had more tote heads. That's a bit peculiar. Just gonna throw some spare foods into there for the time being. Scrap into there. And I'm actually going to turn that off. Install batteries in the back. As long as it's turned off, it won't do anything. So we don't have to worry about it. But let's have a look. Ideally, I want to get 2 of these, so I need 200. But to do that, I'm going to need all the scrap going at once. We're going to need amber. So I'm just going to have that on repeat. Okay, so that's all the scrap that I obtained being turned into metal 1, minus the odd 7. Carol, please get away from the machinery. Thank you. No, don't turn that on. Leave that off. Oh yeah, there's stuff back here in there. Let's take this fuel because apparently I ran out of fuel here without thinking. So fill that up a little bit. It's nice being able to see this beacon as well because now I can say oil is there. I don't have to keep guessing where it was, or forgetting. Okay, so that's going to produce a few more, or 1 more. Two more. Just completely ignores me and just carries on going. Right, let's put these back in places where they're actually going to be needed or easily seen. That one there, that one there, this there. So I've got a lot of beeswax. Got these bolts that I might reduce back down to scrap. Chemicals. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So. Metal 2. Just throw in as much as I can. I can at least make 1 with this. So while I'm using 1 vehicle, I can have the other vehicle parked. Which would be nice. It'd be out of the way. So let's do that. That's one of those being made. Let's make the component kits with the head. And then I actually needed metal 1 to make another engine. But that's fine. I mean, I just need to upgrade this engine as it is. So it's got a bit more power behind it. And all done. Wonderful. So that there, that there. Let's put this. Let's have them just outside for the time being. So there. So there we go. That looks pretty decent. And we'll leave all but 1 tank of gas in there. Because obviously we're not going to be using the Explorer much. We just need it for when we're going place to place. There we go. We've definitely got more speed on the harvester now. More speed on the harvester, which makes it ideal for its heavy bulk. And let's just park up the Explorer. So the reason I want these parking spaces is you can park a creation on it, press E to park it, and apparently it goes in the ground. Apparently. That's a bit odd. Is it because of its location, or... That's better. So there we go. That creation is now parked there. It'll stay a ghost, but that's fine until we need it. And apparently this is meant to reduce lag as well for the mod. So, win-win. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Let's go back and grab that stuff that I was harvesting earlier. Because if I can get another engine for this, then that'd be 2 proper engines running, obviously, the driving ability and the drills. There we go. Just full on sent it flying forwards just so I can get it. Likes to try and do wheelies now. But, I mean, that's not so bad. A little bit more care on how I drive it and we should be fine. So, my next sort of test I want to quickly do is, and there's a reason I'm doing this bit now, is I want to respec those 100 points into farming, and I want to see how much crops I get from just what I've got. Because potentially, if I can boost up the farming and say get a full 10 crops out of all of that, well, 10's enough just to get the packing farm stuff. So, would be ideal. It would also give me another goal to sort of level up towards. So level 20, we've got loot fully done. Say level 40, that would be farming. Could potentially throw it into some other skills. So for instance, health would be obviously how much health I have, how much damage I take from the bots, bits like that. The hunger will reduce how fast my hunger buff empties, which, I mean, thinking about it, maybe I should have gone for it at the start, started doing bits and pieces there. But, you know, I've said it plenty of times, I'm not a smart person. I don't do a lot. First is the same. It would have reduced that bar. Obviously, we've gone loot for this, for that. But stuck right on the front. Go on, get in there. See, I'm doing this, and like my brain's just sort of had this crazy idea of why don't I make a big vehicle and have a number of these drill / saws underneath the vehicle, and then have the wheels on pistons. So what I do is I drive up to this sort of node, raise the whole vehicle up, and then just come down on top. And it's like, I don't know why my brain has just thought of that. It might be something I throw together in a creative world to see how it works. But it would also require a lot. And like, maybe that'd be what this world would be, actually. It'd be all me doing random builds. Random sort of tinkering, putting together random things that I can think of, or you guys can think of, and see if I can make it. Big vehicle. Yes, big vehicle. Hello there, Farsight. Welcome. But, I mean, I've seen contraptions where people will place the contraption, and the contraption's like, it's filled with wheels and everything else. That's gonna have to be enough for now. We'll have to get back. Yeah, the contraption's filled with wheels and such, and they have then a separate vehicle where they go around and they pick up what they've broken off. And that's great, yeah, pick up what you need, place it on the contraption with the wheels, and then that would roll, like the piece of rock, through the drills or the saw blades or whatever, for you to harvest. But why not combine both of it? Why not make it so, like, even in vanilla, you've got the parts there. So you could make two vehicles, one for trees, one for stone and metal. Is it? Yep, that's going to work. And you could just let it, I don't know, again, it would just sit on top. And you'd slowly bring it back down on top of the rock. So like the whole of this underside here would just be these saws sort of thing in a row, and it would look like the refiner. It's like, hell, we could even put a refinery on this so it just does it all for me while I'm out and about. Wouldn't have to actually do much else. And thinking about that, probably could. There is a different refiner in the mod, so I don't have to have like a robot following me. See if I can find it. Actually, how long have I got until that rate? 1.5 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. There it is. And to make it, I need 2 warehouse keys. Wonderful. I need to fight a farm bot to make this. So stupid. But again, could hook that up in line with the vehicle, a collection point in front. So essentially the vehicle would be made with this, with those, and a few chests. And you'd be able to just literally go around harvesting as much as you wanted. Anyway, we've got, what, minute or so? Let's put stuff away. Right, what else did I need? Or what else did I want to put together? We need a glow, not a glow, a grow box. So this would be for pigment flowers. So there's the beehive, there's the grow box. We need 10 pigment flowers and 10 soil bags. Pigment flowers grow outside the back, but they're also all around us, so that's not so bad. Grow bags, 3, 5, can probably make some more. So that's not an issue. So I think we need to make a grow box, because then that can passively make us some pigment flowers, and then we have paint ammo. And while it's not exactly... Ooh, hello. Yeah, while it's not exactly the most used item, it's something else that we could say we have. Okay, that was easier than I expected. Put stuff away. Remember to deconstruct those. Yeah, what I can actually do is if I look for paint, recycle, and then possibly, yeah, if I do that again, there we go, we've got enough flowers. We've turned paint back into flowers. I know it sounds stupid, but we've done it. Soil. Needs 2 carrots and sandbox. Fortunately, all the carrots I've been growing, I've been using for food. Which doesn't really help me much. Actually, this lot hasn't grown yet. So we're going to respec and hope we keep 100 points. Yes! Also, I wish there was like an add 10 button or something, so you weren't pressing this all the time. But let's put 100 points into farming and let's see how much we gather. Because this is going to be the interesting part for me. We do have carrots here actually, so we can make some soil bags. This ain't growing yet, so let's take this and let's go see. Okay, what do we need? We need sand. We need sand to make that, and then we need 2 soil bags. So what we need is we need 2 of those. To make 2 of these. And actually we're going to need more glue. Because I just realised we're also going to need a water container for this as well. Water container. Pigment flower grow box. And then let's just have a look. Controller, soil bag, vacuum pump, water cannon. Controller, we need glue. We can make the vacuum pump, we will. Water cannon, we can. We need 3 glue. Easy. And while that's doing that, we're going to take our lovely little new grow box. And we're actually just going to plug it into the end over here. Although, I don't want it plugged in there because it looks like it's floating. I'm very particular when it comes to stuff like that. If it looks like it's floating, it always looks off. I can make just one of those, it's fine. What did I need? I need a controller, which I can make. And then it needed a soil bag, which again is here. And this is actually going to be our first automated farm box as well, which will actually be quite useful. 18 minutes and then that's going to be another raid. Right. Farm box, let that grow, or let that make, should I say. Plug, right in there, that looks better. Doesn't look like it's floating. Place that there. We also need a switch. All this stuff that I need. You'd think I'd remember stuff. I'm not that smart. Farm box. And this is going to need a water container as well, isn't it? Damn you, game. Damn you for making me not know what I need. Okay. For the sake of it, it can go on top. I need to fill it, but to fill it, I can just swipe from here. It's not a big deal. If anything, I can just sort of plug it all in later. Switch can go down there. Okay, switch to that. That to that. Turn it on. And there we go. So that will just produce pigment flowers now, which is good because now we get a small abundance of it. We wanted that water container, didn't we? Water container here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to plug this in. I'm just going to place it here, and we can place the water container there, and we can hook them up. And again, I can just take from here. And what I can do is we just need something to grow. Right. Just make sure I've got no crops on me at all. That isn't bad. Got 5 radish, 5 beets, 8 tomatoes, 14 carrots, and 18 potatoes. That's not bad at all, actually, for 100 points in farming. If anything, we can use that to do a lot. It's like, can use that for obviously the carrots to make soil bags. Do it just to get the crops for when I want to go and make packaging of it. But the real part that's going to be saving my skin most of the time now will be the automated farm box. We're going to need some more water in there. That's now fine. Let's take a look. So, what should I grow in there? I've only got basic stuff, I know this. I'm going to take the soil, the fertilizer. Crop for seeds, I've got plenty of seeds here. Preferably too many seeds here, actually. Because I've only got 3 plots for each. Well, 6 for carrots, but you get the point. We'll leave that there. Let's grow. Let's just grow carrots in here. And I'm just going to leave it with 2 seeds, that's it. So that's now growing. Used up one of the seeds, that's fine. And that will grow as if it was out there. But obviously in here. And again, it will just constantly grow because of that. For my other seeds, I'm just going to place all of them. And we can make some scrap wood with it. But I can definitely make a few burgers now. I think it's the first time I've actually had a surplus of food. Right. Let's just make our burgers. We've gone from the point of always starving, always thirsty, to now having an actual surplus of food. I have no reason to be starving anymore. I just don't like that I can't have this bot either upgraded to produce more or plugged into a system. But there we go. We have 11 burgers on us. I have food. I have stuff. I don't need all this stuff, but we will shove burger in the locker. And I will eat one. Victory. Right, so that's growing slowly, because again, only had 2 in there originally, now we've got 5. It will continue to use up water, so I do need to sort of, I don't know, I either need to get a bigger chest and potentially have a universal connection point on it. And the universal connection points are really good actually, because then you can have a lot of stuff. Water container, vacuum pump, glue. Could potentially make that now, but I don't have the component kits for it. Like again, I wanted to make the engine. I've used component kits elsewhere. So, bigger fool me. See, now I'm torn. I'm getting into the whole planting and growing stuff. And that's where the farming skill I want to use is coming in. But I also need like component kits, and I want to use loot levels to do that. But this is growing nicely. It's again like if it was outside, but that's that. Okay, so we need a vehicle that can transport trade stuff, whether that be a farmer or packaging stuff. So I think I need to make wood. And I don't know why I keep doing this. I should just hit the auto button and just let it run. But I keep doing this. I just keep filling up the queue. But anyway, we're gonna want wood to make the base of a vehicle. I'm gonna need big wheels at least. So we're gonna need big wheels. We're gonna need off-road suspension, which is fine. I can make 4 of those straight away, like that. So that's my suspension being made. Wood, we're going to be producing all of what we can. Let's have a... Actually, we can use this in 2 ways. We can use this to make just carrots, which we can then use for soil bags. But we can use its seeds just for this to just produce the scrap wood. So we will have basically an infinite source of wood. As long as I keep supplying that with water, that'd be fine. Water and chemicals is all I need to worry about. And that's easy. Chemicals are just up the hill. Water's just over there. Right. So, suspension's just been done. Engine, again, we need component kits for. We need wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just enough to make 4. So I'm happy with that. Can I make that second parking space? I could if I had more metal too. I actually don't know how much metal 2 I've got. 4. So I don't have... I probably won't have anywhere near enough to make this. Especially as I need amber for it. I don't know, 5 amber or something, and that's going to use the wood I'm making. We'll do it. We'll see where we get with it. It's just now trying to throw everything around and see what I have at the end of it to see what's what. Metal block 2. We'll get you auto crafting. So now we've got wood being auto crafted for a little bit longer. We'll have metal 2 being crafted for a bit. Need scrap metal for batteries. And again, I've just turned it all into something else. But that's fine. Potentially I can just keep running raids and getting stuff like crops and loot. But see, that's now the thing actually. You can run a decent sort of system, like run a farm. There's your farm, there's your crops. So have your farming skill up. The bots that come and attack, you could loot them for parts. You just want your loot up. And obviously if a hay bot attacks, use refine, have the refine up so you can actually get more out of that. So Okay, so that's all done on that. What have we got? 4 wheels, 4 suspension, 75 wood. Not a lot of everything. So we need more metal too. Potentially I could go out and get more. But I do also want to try other stuff. Like, for instance, there is a bubble block, or was a bubble block. Restroom block, carpet block, bubble block. Very high buoyancy. Obviously, light clean block actually has higher, and to make that, you want to make plastic. So, potentially, we could make a vehicle that's very light, very buoyant, and technically, I could replace the body of this with that. And then, other than the wheels on here, could have the water wheels on the outside of it. Or on the inside of it. Could even move the suspension inwards. So we could turn the Little Explorer into a semi-water vehicle. But that'd be for something else. I need to make some type of vehicle that can be used to transport stuff. And actually thinking back on it, I might not have what I want. Thinking I might want to make concrete for weight. Let's do it. Let's just have concrete making. To make concrete 2, I'd need to use my metal blocks too. But it doesn't actually add that much difference in the weight part. It's just 1 scale up. Same with durability. So maybe concrete would be suitable enough. So let's let that make that. Let's have a look over here. Actually, let's see if I can make a trash can. Because if there's stuff that I can't recycle, I still want to get rid of it. Even if it's just throwing it away. Beehive, beeswax. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Trash can. I can make a trash can. I literally have just enough beeswax and just enough component kits to do it. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. This will give us a way to get rid of items that we can't recycle, but it should still give us little bits of experience from what we dispose of. So you can't set up like an infinite I'm gonna get rid of water thing, because it doesn't quite work. It doesn't work with water, chemicals, or oil. But I should now be able to get rid of these. And I mean, they're nice, but they're not needed. And it's just 1 XP from them. So it's really not worth keeping hold of them. I'm not going to worry about it. But that's now gone. Which frees up a chest for us to use. Woohoo! Got like 20 seconds until the next raid. I'm on patrol around my room. I actually can't wait for them to release chapter 2 of this. I'm hoping they do. It needs something. There goes one. And we got a couple of tote pot heads there as well. So you know, that wasn't all bad. That gets us a few component kits back. Now, I haven't actually checked on this, so that's almost fully grown and done. But what we should see is it should harvest itself, regrow itself. That's what we should be looking at. The only downside is this won't take anything from my farming skill. So this would be as if I was like vanilla game, 0 farm skill sort of thing. And yeah, obviously the upside is that it will continuously grow that one crop until I empty it. So I want to see stuff happen, but I want to do stuff. Let's make those. Let's go check on this farm. Nope. Go on, do something. Work. Again, this is slow to use water because it's just like one water for the thing, so it is like I'm just planting it. Thought it did it then. Anyway, so what do I want to make? What do I want to do? And I want to make the... Why is this stop making concrete? Did something... I ran out of water. To be fair, I did make a lot of concrete. So that's fine. Let's see if we can make a little platform, drivable platform or something. Engine, need metal block 1. You know, for that case, I know I got all the metal block 2s, and we're just gonna recycle them back down. Because then we can make engine. I keep looking around at the carrot growing. It's like I want it to hurry up. Make seat. I think we had bearings in one of these. Yes, we have 7. That's perfect. Seat, engine. Come on. And actually, can I make a second engine? No, because I don't have component kits for it. So, this next vehicle, I say vehicle loosely, it's just going to be to make... Did I just use up? Huh? Oh my god, that took up all of what I was doing. Or all of what I used. I need water, bad. Okay, so it's harvested itself, it's got 2 more seeds, replanted itself. Perfect. Take the thruster off of there. Take you. And in fact, empty out both of that. we're just going to sort of swap vehicles as we go. Because this will be useful for quickly going backwards and forwards from the water and the chemicals. I don't need chemicals yet, but I need water. And if that means I can just sort of go yoink, yoink. It's like if I could just plonk it on there and go. Didn't connect the thruster up to it. Of course I didn't. Because why would I? I mean, that would have been a wonderful thing if I had everything connected up. I could have just drove in, got the water straight up and gone. Actually, that is a pretty sound idea. This, and I'm going to be picky about how I have my button, of course I am. There we go, 3's now there. Okay, so the objective is I just drive back enough, press 3, realise I've got it facing the wrong way. So 3 wouldn't do a thing anyway, other than throw the water back out. Let's try that again. Reverse in, just enough. Just suck up all that lovely water. And then zoom away. Charge! Sorry, cow. Sorry, my cow. That actually worked really fast and well. Until I have to take it all apart to put it back over here. And then realise my thing was facing the wrong way. Right, there we go. Right. Concrete. I need you to just keep making. Chemicals will be the next thing that goes, but that's fine. Put your filter back on. And let's have a look. You vote for renaming the cow to Roadkill. Of course. I actually don't think you can rename them with this mod. Crouch, E to open. Yeah, it just says open inventory, so I can open its inventory because of the bag. Or I can ride it. This is all. I can't actually rename it. Right. I think I'm going to want 2 bits of concrete wide. So I just need it to keep making for a moment. While it is, I'm just going to empty out the other bits back into where they should be. Right, that's better. Metal as well. Right. Keep everything how I want it. Right. So. One big concrete slab. This is how big we're going to have it. We'll take some more concrete because we use it as a... Let's have 2 gap at the front, 2 gap at the back. How big are these wheels, by the way? They look about, what? They're at 5. So even if it went there, it's going to come out to about here. So actually, give it a 3 gap. And then, really not sure how I want to work this. What I do know is I'm loving how many crops I get from this. So if I was smart enough, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna make pipes, vacuum pumps, switches and everything else, and figure out a way to have it all over the top, and then just grow it automatically. It's like, look, oh yeah, it's all planted, press a button, boom, all watered. That'd be a good idea. Right, just gonna bring all those crops down, just so they're not getting in the way of my main focus. Wheels, suspension, seat, engine, bearings, concrete. Right, concrete, go there. Okay, so this is stopped again, so that must mean I'm out of chemicals this time. Yep, just completely gone of chemicals. Let's have it make other stuff then. Glue and paint. Well, thanks to the pigment thing, we're getting paint, so we can make paint. Glue, we'd make a couple of glue. So I've got that and that. Right, so let's put it back on the lift in the center now. So how do I want to run this? How do I want to do this? I think the best thing might be to have it come out like so. Now, this is not going to look any way, shape or form pretty. At least not yet. But it is going to be functional. I hope. Really hoping that the concrete isn't going to be too heavy for it now. But all it's going to be is it's basically going to be a slab that can drive to and from the packing station and the trader. So we want a bearing here for steering. And then have it come out too. And then don't want steering on the back. At least not yet. I might think about that. And then we want bearing for the wheels to spin. And then we want said wheels. Okay. And then We want seat. And again, this is not for being pretty, it's just for me to get it in. So things might change on it. I do want to give it some sort of protection in case a bot does attack. Okay, has that oil canister been made? No, I was making the glue for it. Now I'm making the canister. Ah. There we go. Right. We can't place you in that little gap. That's fine. Now I can. I've got a view at the front for that. How's that look? Looks stupid, but functional. Okay, just max out the suspension and hope it has some lift. Yes, it does. Okay, and then we want steering on the front. Steering to engine, engine to the back. Gas canister to engine. Sorry, my lovely little explorer, but I'm going to be taking some of your gas. And that in there. Turn the engine up. How's it go? How's it work? How's it doing? It is slow as anything. So the engine's definitely going to need an upgrade. 4 component kits for an upgrade. Do I have 4? I have 2. Dear. Can I make anything? No, I can't. I really can't. I can make 10 metal 3. And that's it. All that would do is make 1. So it is going to need component kits. What level are you? You're a level 2 engine. Dare I ask, what engine power is this again? You're level 2. You're going a little bit crazy. Go back to being parked. Okay. So it needs component kits at least to power it. But it does drive. It does go forwards. Potentially, if I plug the thruster into it somehow, it might go faster. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? Just do this. That's 15. It's 16 wide. So where's my center point? Right there. So if I did that potentially. So we got thruster power on it. Let's just take the button I was using for my pump and place that here. Can we mitigate the engine with thruster power? potentially if I turn the thruster up. Potentially yes. Potentially yes, but I do want to make it four-wheel drive. With such a big vehicle, I think it's only fair to increase how quick it can turn. So let's get it back to over to the base. Now my only downside is obviously it is just a flat platform, so trying to get a village, trying to get that on there. Trying to say farm, but I think I was trying to also say villager and something else and something else. Right. So I need one more bearing if I'm gonna make this four-wheel drive. And grab another button until I used up my one. Right. Let's have a look. So I'm actually going to do this lazy. Not lazy, but kind of. I'm going to use the weld tool, because then I don't have to worry about where things are going too much. No, they do have steering, but just realised it may not connect. Oh, or it may do. Can it? It does. Right, so I should have four-wheel steering on this now. That don't look good at the back, does it? I think I may have hit the wrong button. There we go. So if I go forwards, or don't go forwards apparently, because I didn't put the engine back on. Okay, let's give it a try. Forwards, steering, give it a bit of thrust to move it, and yep, definitely has better steering. It's only going to be able to do that though because of the thruster. But that should be enough to get me to the packing station. At least the first one. Where I can deliver a few things. Okay. So, we're going to need to fill this with gas. So I want to give it a test, like a proper test as well. So, what have I got here? Not a lot. I actually don't have a lot. Hey, it did it. Didn't grow as much. I think taking might wait until next time. I know having the automatic farm blocks going, that's going to produce us some passive XP as well while I'm in the base. It's like 10 XP every time. So, I don't know. I might come on and leave this idle, like even if I don't grow here, grow there. Just keep an eye on it to protect against raids. But I might just let it funnel up XP for me. But we need a lot of everything. And of course, I'm thirsty at this point. But this should do the trick. If I could just get component kits to upgrade this, we might be able to get it going a bit faster. And then we've just got room on the back to hold everything. Probably going to level it off with something so that we're not completely over the top. But I also don't want to waste anything at the moment. But yeah. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it there for today. We've done a bit of harvesting. We've plugged in one more machine into the system to get that automated. And again, it's growing reasonably quick, but not as quick as anything else. But that's fine, we don't need a lot of pigment flowers. And with it just growing in the background, it'll be sorted. This one, we get more batteries, then we can start producing more. So there's that. But all in all, we're getting decent crops from the level 100 farming skill. Again, I'm torn between leaving it on that because of this or going back to loot. I think loot would be more helpful when I'm finally able to visit those sky islands. But yeah, anyway. And of course the raid happens the moment I'm leaving. Typical. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will catch you all next time. Later.